We're going to begin our practice today, and actually we're going to stand up, so don't even bother sitting down, Linda. we're just gonna stand ourselves up. Okay. So it's kind of like in the middle of the day, so we'll do some stuff up here and then we'll work our way down. Okay, so just take a moment and root down through your feet and stand up tall, and welcome everyone to this yoga flow practice. Reach down your fingertips towards the ground. Open up your chest, open up your back, relax your shoulders. So looking straight ahead, and if you wish, you can close your eyes or just become soft in the eyes. And just take a moment here just to arrive at your practice. Just take in a few moments just to come to this moment. Okay, so we're going to inhale the arms all the way up. You can open up your eyes and just look up at your fingertips, wiggle them around, and exhale, bring the arms all the way down. Hello, Patsy. We're standing up to begin, and we're going to inhale the arms all the way back up again. Big breath in, and then exhale, bring the arms all the way down. Bring the chin down towards your chest, and we'll do that one more time. Inhale the arms all the way up. Big breath in as we look up at those fingers, and then exhale. Bring the arms down, bring the chin down. Good. And then stand again, nice and tall. And then let's just begin to shake out the fingers, getting in those hands, into the wrists, little circles in the wrists, and moving into the elbows. Getting into the shoulders, doing a few rolls backwards, a few rolls forwards. And then moving into the chest, kind of moving around and into the hips. Wiggling into the legs, already into the ankles, into the toes, and just start to give everything a little shake. Shake it out. So our theme today is still going towards that sense of change and transformation, but looking at it at a different way, and begin to stop here and come back to Tadasana. So looking at the way of finding contentment. So we all have choices and we all make decisions. Sometimes those choices and decisions can be quite tricky sometimes. Sometimes we cannot decide. So sometimes we instead of making a decision, well, we should make a decision. And the decision should be, or could be, just to find contentment where we are. And maybe getting a little glimpse of being content in every situation that we feel we're in at the moment. And just taking a glimmer of being content. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay in that feeling of contentment, because maybe things change and it evolves and we turn into another person constantly as we shed our skin and we bring in new experiences, but to feel a little bit more content in where we are. And then it changes and then we feel content in another situation. So just thinking about it in that way, and looking at the philosophy in yoga about feeling content, that in, for example, the Bhagavad Gita, which is about this soldier, and he's trying to find, it's a wartime, and he's trying to find ways of finding himself content in the decisions that he has to make. Every single moment, there's going to be new decisions and choices that you need to make, and you should feel secure in your knowledge of making those decisions. So that's a feeling of contentment. So through your practice today, we're looking at becoming a little bit more content in the choices and decisions you're going to be making through your postures today. Okay, so we're going to take a big breath in, reach up, wiggle the fingers again, and this time we're going to forward fold. So wiggling the fingers and come all the way down, reaching down towards the toes. Come up halfway and forward fold, and then bring yourself all the way back up again. And sometimes those choices that we make, and bring your hands towards your heart, the choices that we make are, how do we move this way? How do we move that way? How do we move so that we're being kind to ourselves? And sometimes that might be a little bit different than what the teacher is doing. So just remember that. We're not looking towards causing any pain. Just breathing through the direction that we need to go. Okay, so let's bring the arms all the way back up again. Reaching up, wiggling the fingers, going up towards the ceiling, and then forward fold again. Reaching down towards the toes, dropping the head. Inhale, halfway lengthen through the back. Forward fold, and then bring yourself all the way back up. Hands towards the heart, and then down by your sides, and maybe heel toe your feet a little bit further apart. And we're just going to start to just sway, a little bit of a twist, moving back and forth. Maybe arms float free, back and forth, and maybe you go up onto one toe as you do a little bit more of a twist. And so trying to find that feeling of contentment. You know, the grass is greener always over there, but we sometimes need to rein ourselves back and tell ourselves, well, the grass is green right underneath your feet. You don't have to go across the street. You have to enjoy where you are at this moment. Okay, so as we're moving in this direction, this way going side to side, we're just going to take a moment and stretch up to one side, reach one of those arms up into the corner and reach and feel that stretch right through the side body. As we reach one hand up and the same leg on that side back. Reach and hold it here. And then we're going to float ourselves over towards the other side, and the arm's going to reach up. Opposite arm reaches up towards one corner, and that same leg on that same side is reaching down. So you feel a nice stretch through the fingertips all the way down to the toes. And then we'll go back over to the other side and reach. And then exhale and inhale to reach onto the other side. Reach. And then come back to center. Okay, so find your center again here. Take a moment, close your eyes now, do a little scan of the body. Noticing how you're feeling. Feel the ground underneath your feet. Go through each bone, each muscle, maybe even each organ, and do a little check-in with yourself. From the top down or the bottom up. Either or. Not spending too much time, just acknowledging, noticing what you are starting with. I'll take a moment, notice the thoughts that are moving through your head. The breath that's moving through your lungs. Your feelings, your emotions. Notice how all of that changes constantly. Okay, on your next breath, bring the arms all the way back up again, reach and stretch. And then exhale, float yourself all the way down towards the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, float back down again. And then bring yourself all the way back up. Reaching up and just notice your feet. Maybe they're a little bit wider than hip width apart. So keep them there. And then forward fold again. Halfway lift. Forward fold, and then bring yourself all the way up. Keep the arms up, heel toe your feet a little bit closer together so your heels, your feet are firmly underneath your hips this time. Your legs are a little closer and you're gonna forward fold again. Bend into the knees, touch your toes. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the back. Exhale, forward fold, and then bring yourself all the way back up. Reach up, and one more time this way. Forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, and bring yourself all the way back up. Reach up, and bring your hands towards your heart. Heel toe your feet a little bit wider than what we began with. So a little bit wider. The toes are pointing a little bit outwards. We're going to inhale again. Big stretch up, and then exhale, bend into the knees and forward fold again. Noticing here, so I'm trying to find some contentment in all places. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, and then bring yourself all the way back up again. Notice how when the legs are a little bit further apart, it might feel different. And then again, exhale, forward fold. Bend into the knees, reach down towards the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, and bring yourself all the way back up. Reach, and then bring your hands towards your heart, and then heel toe your feet back together. So the feet are firmly underneath your heels. Then hold it here, bring your arms down by your side. Take a moment. Do you feel content where you are at this moment? Does something else need to happen? Or are you good for at least just a moment, just a breath? Okay, inhale the arms all the way up. This time as you exhale, the arm's going to come all the way down behind you, clasping the hands behind your back. Okay, notice which thumb is on top, and then stretch those arms down, open up the chest. Bend into the knees a little bit, push your hands against your buttocks, and then round back as if you were just going over top of a big beach ball or a balloon. Open up your throat, and then from here, exhale, forward fold, all the way down. Maybe the arms come up off your back, maybe they don't. Just notice what happens, and then inhale, come all the way back up. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale a little bit more, open up through the chest, rounding out over like a big beach ball, and then exhale, forward fold, bending into the knees, going slow, taking your time. Forward fold, maybe the arms again come up off your back. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Standing up tall, release the arms, bring the arms all the way up. And then bring the hands towards your heart. And then down by your side. And then just take a moment here. Notice. Do a little check-in whenever you have that time to do a check-in. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Take that moment to do that little check-in. Okay, so we're going to inhale the arms all the way back up. And then exhale, bring the hands behind us again, bringing the opposite thumb on top. We're going to inhale, lift up a little bit, and then exhale, forward fold. Bring the arms down, reach down towards your toes, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands just so your fingertips, and bring your right leg back. And we're going to bring it back into a warrior one. So like that's on the railroad tracks. Back leg is 45 degrees, and then push up and bring your arms up. Okay, reach up. Your arms can be rounded as if you were holding onto a beach ball or something like that. Beach keeps coming into this, and maybe it's I need to go to the beach. Okay, your left knee is bent right over top of your ankle, your left ankle, and your body's right in between both feet. Root down through both feet equally. Hold it here. Inhale, reach up your arms up a little bit more, and then exhale, bring your arms into cactus arms. Okay, just hold it here, breathe and notice. Can you find some contentment with just staying here for just a moment or two? A little glimpse that the grass is actually pretty darn green right here at this moment. Okay, and then we're gonna start to move. So on your inhale, we're gonna reach the arms up, straighten out that front leg, and bring the heel up off the ground on the right leg. So we're reaching up high. And then exhale, arms back to cactus, legs back to warrior one. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, lower. Go slow, find your balance. Last one, we're going to lift up and we're going to hold it here for a couple of breaths. Can we find some contentment as we hold this? Rooting down through that left foot firmly, and then the ball of the foot on those right toes are pressing down. Equal weight as much as you can in both feet. If you can, hold it there. And then on your exhale, arms back to cactus, and you're back to your warrior one. And then bring the arms all just up. And then exhale, bring the arms down. Bring the arms all the way up, reach. And we're gonna reach forwards, bringing the hands all the way back down onto the ground. Take a step forwards. Halfway lift. Forward bend, and then bring yourself all the way back up. Reach up a little taller, and then exhale, hands towards the heart. Good. Who's joining me? Let's see here. Oh, hi there. Hi, Marge. Okay. So hold it here for a moment. And again, trying to find some contentment. Contentment in your physical body, in your thoughts, emotional, and anything else that comes to mind. I was thinking about the green grass. The green grass is all around. How can I feel good about it? Okay, inhale the arms all the way up, reaching up, and then exhale, clasp the hands and bring that opposite thumb on top of the other thumb. Inhale, open up the chest a little bit, and then exhale, forward fold. And then bring the arms all the way down to the ground. Take the left leg this time, reach it back. Warrior one on the legs, so firmly, and then push yourself up and come into your warrior one on this side. And your arms are kind of curved as if you were holding on to a beach ball. Okay. Hold it here and just notice, try to push equal weight between both feet. Your body's right in between. Soften through your face, through your shoulders. Create a little bit of engagement through your core. Can you find some contentment with yourself here? With your thoughts? With yourself? Deep within your heart, in the position that you've created here, the shape that you've created. Let's take a big breath in, reach the arms all the way up, and then exhale, bring your arms to cactus arms. Hold it here. Little engagement in those triceps. Spread out the fingers. Okay, and then 3 times we're going to lift ourselves up. So pushing into the ground with that right foot, we're going to inhale, lift up, straighten both legs. Follow the foot on the left foot. Reach up, and then exhale back to cactus arms and warrior one. Inhale, lift up again. Go slow to find your balance. Exhale, come right back, cactus arms, warrior one. And then inhale to reach up, and we're going to see if we can stay here for a couple of moments, couple of breaths. Notice how it feels. Can we be content here in this change that we just made with our bodies and our shape and the choice that we made to move. This was our decision. Okay, and then on your next exhale, come back to your warrior two, your cactus arms. And then inhale, just reach the arms all the way up. Bring the arms down by your sides. Inhale the arms all the way back up again. And then bring the arms all the way down onto the ground. Take a step forwards. Halfway lift. Exhale all the way back down. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Reaching up, hands towards your heart, and then down by your side. So coming back into your Tadasana. And again, taking a moment just to notice. You made a lot of choices so far, a lot of decisions. Did you feel content about making those decisions? This is not something we ask ourselves all the time. Sometimes we second guess ourselves, and that's okay. But normally when you make a choice, it's usually the one from your gut or from your heart, and it's usually the one that you've made in truth, your truth, what seems right to you. Okay. And then inhale the arms all the way back up. We're going to bring our hands towards our heart, heel toe the feet apart. And then we're going to come into a Malasana, so a little squat. So just go to where you can go. Doesn't have to be very far. And then bring yourself all the way back up. Stretch your arms all the way up. And then one more time, all the way down. Go to where you can go. You know your limits. You know your boundaries. And then come all the way back up. Reaching up. And then bring the arms down. Okay, bring your heel toe your feet together. I'm going to just turn sideways for this next one. So we're going to inhale the arms all the way up. Bring the hands towards the heart. Shift the weight into your right leg and bring up the left foot to hover. So you can decide where the foot wants to be. Find some contentment in this posture where you're just finding the balance. And finding balance in our lives is not the easiest thing, that's for sure. We do the best we can do. A little bit of this and a little bit of that, a lot of moderation. And then you're going to take that left foot and you're going to reach it back, pivot the foot, and come into warrior two. Reach the arms out. So bending into that right knee. Okay, and the arms are floating. So the right knee is forwards, left leg is back. And you're looking over those right fingertips. And both fingertips on the right and left hand are moving away from each other here. And then from here, we're just going to do little circles with the hands and the arms. Little circles going one direction. And little circles going the opposite direction. This is like a big experience here. Are we content with this experience? And then allow the arms to settle here. Good. And then we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. The lower body isn't moving. And we're going to go backwards. We're going to tilt ourselves backwards, holding it here. And then inhale, reach both arms all the way up. Lower body isn't moving. And then the arms come back to our warrior two. 2 circles forwards. 2 circles backwards. Stillness. And then bring the arms all the way back up. This time we're going to tilt ourselves forward, right angle. So bringing that right arm down on towards the thigh, and the left arm extends out over our heads or up above towards the ceiling. You decide what works best for you. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Can we find contentment here? This is definitely an experience. Notice how you react to it or respond to it. Okay, on your next breath, stretch yourself all the way back up to your warrior two. 2 circles forwards with the arms. and 2 circles backwards. Good. And then inhale, bring the arms all the way up, back towards your heart. Pivot that back leg and take a step forwards and allow that left foot to hover again. Hold it there, find your balance. Hold it there for one more breath. And then bring that foot down. Bring the arms down. Stand in your Tadasana again for a moment. Feeling strong and capable about making the decisions and the choices. Find balance in our lives and feel content. Okay, let's inhale the arms all the way up. Look up at those fingers. Bring the hands towards your heart. Shift the weight this time in your left foot. Take your right foot and hover it. Notice how it feels on this side. Trying to find the balance again. Remember, trying to find balance is not an easy thing. Making a decision isn't easy either. I always have trouble making decisions. You need to feel it in your gut and in your heart. Make sure you're doing the right thing. And then take that right leg and reach it all the way back. Pivot the foot and bring ourselves into Warrior Two on this side. I'm just gonna twist around here so you can see me. So Warrior Two, so the left foot is forward, right leg is back. Root down through both feet equally. Your body's right in between. Reaching the arms away from you. Soften through your shoulders, soften through your face. Can we be content here on this side? Okay, let's do some little circles. Couple circles going forwards with both arms. And then a couple circles going backwards with both arms. And then finding stillness again. Okay, inhale the arms all the way up above your head. And we're going to go backwards. Reaching backwards, just a little tilt. Hold it here. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Arms come back to Warrior Two. Forward circles a couple of times. Backward circles a couple of times. And then find stillness again. Okay, on your next breath, we're going to tilt ourselves forward. Left arm is going to come and rest on your left thigh. Right arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling, or it's going to extend over your head. And hold it here. Breathe. Notice. All right, do you feel content here? Might be a little bit more trickier here. A little bit more of a struggle with the experience, but still trying to find some contentment. Okay, and on your next breath, bring yourself all the way up, reach the arms up, then bring your arms back to Warrior Two arms, couple circles, forwards, couple circles, backwards, and stillness. Breathe, notice your breath, notice the thoughts. And then inhale, bring the arms all the way up above your head. Bring your hands towards your heart. Pivot so you're facing that left foot. Put the weight into the left foot. Bring the right foot up to hover. Hold it here. Soften through your shoulders, your face. Find your balance here. Equal weight through that left foot. How long can you hold this for? Not very long, it's okay. And then take that right foot, bring it down. Inhale the arms all the way up again. Reach and forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold, and then bring yourself all the way back up. Bring your hands towards your heart and down by your side. Find your Tadasana again for a moment. Just stay, take a moment, notice. Could you feel some contentment there? Were you happy with your decisions and your choices that you were making? Were you coming from the heart or from your gut, listening to your body, your intuition? Just taking a notice. Okay, we're gonna inhale the arms all the way up again. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. And forward fold. We're gonna make our way all the way down to the ground. So plunk your hands down, bring your right leg back and your left leg back, and then just gently bring the knees down. So we're in a half plank here. Okay, the toes can be curled, or you may want to press the tops of your feet down, but the knees are down, not so much on the ball of the knee, but just kind of a little bit of above the knee. So we're in a half plank here. Hold it here for a moment, notice, and then we're gonna sit our hips back towards the heels and come into a child's pose, reaching those arms out, opening up the knees as much as we need to settle our chest down towards the ground, forehead down towards the ground. Reaching the hips back towards the heels. Hold it here and breathe. And notice. Okay, on your next inhale, bring yourself to a table. Curl the toes, extend that right leg back. Okay. So when we're doing this, remembering not to put the weight into the knee. So right now, my left knee, I'm putting the weight below my knee here. See if maybe how that feels in your body. Pushing the weight into both toes, so both balls of the feet. Lengthening through the whole back, pull the belly button in here. We're gonna do 3 sets of cow and cat. So drop the belly, and then round out into your cat. Inhale, open. And then exhale, round out. Again, inhale, open. Exhale, round out. I lost count, so we'll do it one more time. Inhale, open. And exhale, round out. Come back to your table. Take your right leg, bring it back. Keep the toes tucked. Bring your left leg and reach it back. Feel that reach with that left. And then just make it so that that right knee now, that you're putting the weight into underneath that right knee. So you might have to pull that leg back a little bit, root down through both balls of the feet. Hold yourself here in a nice table. And then 3 sets of cow and cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat for 1. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat for 2. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat for 3. Inhale, back to table. Bring the knee down, and we're going to slide ourselves on towards our tummies, right onto the tummy. Okay, press down through the tops of your feet. Press down through your thighs. Cross your arms to support your head, forehead. Forehead's on your arms. Pressing down onto the toes and the thighs and the hips. See if you can get your hip bones a little bit more firmly planted. Hold it here. Breathe. Okay, so you should be feeling an engagement through the legs. And then just let's start thinking, can we be content here with where we are at this moment? And then we're going to move the arms. We're going to bring the arms out into cactus arms, forehead down, cactus arms. Now, we might be able to bring the elbows down, or maybe not, and just find where you can see if you can find some contentment here. Different situation. Okay, on our next breath, pushing down and engaging your lower body, so it's supporting you. You're going to inhale and you're going to lift up with those cactus arms. It's like almost like a little cobra. And then exhale, bring yourself down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, cactus arms. Lift up your chest, your head a little bit, but keep the neck in line with the spine. Exhale, lower down. One last time. Inhale, lift.
And exhale, lower all the way down. And then push yourself back into child's pose again. Moving yourself back and coming into child's pose, moving those hips down towards the heels, arms out in front of you, forehead down onto the ground. Are you content? In this moment. And you might not be, and that's perfectly fine. Just notice. Notice if you are, notice if you're not. Maybe how can you make yourself content? What do you need to do? Maybe it's just simply, bringing your hips a little bit higher, or maybe it's lifting your head a little bit more and bringing your fists underneath. Maybe it's a simple fix, maybe it's not. So just notice. Okay, and then you're going to push yourself up and bring your legs out in front of you. Okay, coming into Dandasana, so just moving the flesh away from your sit bones, sitting up tall, toes are pointing up towards the ceiling as over the knees. The knees, try not to lock the knees, okay? So, but sitting up tall, if you need to sit on something, maybe roll your mat so you can just give yourself a little bit more of a lift so that the pelvis tilts a little bit more to allow yourself to have a nice lengthening through the spine. Or maybe bend your knees a little bit more. That will help to support your lower back. We're just going to hold it here for a moment. If you can, bring your hands onto the ground. If that's an option for you, you can do that and push into your hands, or just keep your hands on your thighs. We're just going to hold it here. Can we be confident enough to find some contentment here? Okay, on your next breath, we're going to take the right leg and we're going to cross it over. We've done this before in a forward, what do I want to say? Position number 4. Try not to have the leg turning out, that extended leg. Still have the toes and the knees pointing up for that left foot. And we're having a figure 4 for the right foot, okay? So we're sitting up nice and tall. You might want to hold on to your shin, or maybe your hands are down on your thighs, or maybe they're down on the ground. You decide what works best for you. And we're going to do a little twist. So we're going to be turning towards the right side. So taking your left hand, holding onto the shin, and taking the right arm and just reaching it behind you, not forcing it, pushing your fingertips into the ground, and maybe that allows you to lift a little bit higher, to open up your chest and to soften your shoulders to come into your twist. Again, not forcing it. And as we twist, we inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. And when we find we've gone as far as we can in the body without forcing it, maybe you can move your head a little bit more. Maybe you can move your eyes a little bit more. We'll take one more breath here on this side. And then on your next inhalation, bring yourself slowly back to center. And then take that leg and bring it out in front of you. And take a moment here. Okay, so we're going to take the left leg now. Bring it across, ankle on top of the thigh. Okay, you're holding on to either your shin, or your hands are on your thigh, or your hands are down on the ground. And again, just wiggle around just to make sure that you feel secure here. Your right leg, toes are pointing up, and the knee is pointing up. And the left foot is flexed. So just notice this, be aware, hold it here. And then you're going to take your right hand, place it on the shin of your left leg, and take your right arm, you're just going to, left arm I should say, and you're going to reach it slowly back. My left and my right, I really need to tattoo or something. Anyway, we're not struggling with this. We're trying to find some contentment, find our boundaries. So as soon as you feel some tension, you know that's where you stop. And then just stay there. And then as you inhale, you lift. As you exhale, you twist. But maybe the twist is going to come a little bit more from the neck, and then maybe just from the eyes. Again, finding contentment with your choices. Try not to force anything. Just take the breath and breathe. And notice. Okay, and then on your next breath, bring your eyes back, bring your head back, bring your body back to center, and reach out that left leg, and then just give them a little tappy tap tap. And then we're gonna move ourselves down onto our backs. All the way down onto the back. We're gonna give ourselves a little hug, either holding on to the shins or underneath the thighs. And while we're here, we'll do a little ankle circles. One direction and then the other direction. And then just come to a place of stillness. Push your lower back down, push your tailbone down. See if you can find some balance in your entire spine. Take some breaths and just see if you can be content here without fighting with yourself. Okay. So you're going to take your right hand and you're going to either hold on to your calf of your right leg or your ankle, or maybe the outside edge, or maybe perhaps your big toe. And you're going to lift up and you're just going to open. And you might not open very much. I mean, I definitely cannot open very much. And just hold it here. The knee can be bent. You're holding on to the shin of your left leg and you're bringing that close in towards your body. And you're extending out that right leg, feeling a nice stretch, hopefully, through the back of the leg, maybe into the hip. The knee can be gently bent. And again, we're not forcing anything. We're going to where we can go. And being okay with that. Being content with the choice that we've made. And staying there and seeing what happens. Hold it here and take a few breaths. What do you notice? Awkward position? Yep. Sure is. Lots of stretching happening? Yep, definitely. Can I breathe through this? Can I find my boundary and just stay there? Okay, and then you're going to bring that knee in towards the chest, holding onto the shin of that leg. Take a moment here, notice both sides of the body. And then we'll do the same with the left leg. So you might hold on to the calf, you might hold on to the ankle, outside edge of the left foot, or maybe again, you're going to hold on to the big toe. And you're going to extend that leg out. And just allow it to just go where it goes. Don't force it. Try not to struggle with it. Make a choice, but again, being kind to yourself. Allowing your back side of your body to settle onto the ground, feeling the stretch, and noticing. I myself noticed this side's a lot tighter, not as open. I have to bend my knee a lot more. And as soon as you come to your edge where you feel there's some tension, that's where you hold it. You don't push past there. That takes discipline. Not to push, not to struggle, just to go and observe. Make the choice, make the decision to go to that place and stay there and try to be content with it. Notice. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Seeing what we can notice, what comes out of this. Might feel some shaking happening. That's okay. Okay. And then we'll bring that knee back, holding on to the shin. Maybe doing some little ankle rotations again, or maybe you want to rock from side to side. Maybe you want to stretch the legs back out, so bring those feet down towards the ground. And let's stretch out one leg, stretch it out. Bring it back, stretch out the other leg, stretch it out, maybe point and flex the foot, up to you. Bring it back. Let's do the right leg again, stretch out the right leg. Stretch it out. Bring it back. And then the left leg, stretch it out. And bring it back. Okay, we're gonna move over onto one side. So let's move over onto the left side of our bodies. We're supporting our head, so you might wanna bring your head up onto your hand, or you can have your head resting against your arm. Bend in your left knee. And then you're going to take your right leg and you're going to reach and try to grab it if possible. If you can't grab the foot, you're just going to bring it back behind you. So we're just looking to stretch out through the hip flexor. If you can grab through your outside edge of the foot or onto the ankle itself and just extend the leg back a little bit. Again, only going to the place where you first feel some resistance. And it might not be very much. So just feeling a stretch through the hip flexor, down your front thigh. I'm just taking a few breaths. And again, just being content where you are. Not having to think, oh, it might be better if I force it. No. Make a decision, go to where you feel the tension, and then stop. And be okay with where you are. Okay, and then let's bring that foot back. And you're going to move over onto the other side. So I'm just going to flip around so I'm facing you. Come on to the right side of the body. Again, supporting your head. Either up or down, entirely up to you. Bend in the right knee. And then see if you can grab hold of the left leg. And you might not be able to, so that left leg might just go back. Just go back a little bit. Just bringing it back so that you feel a little hip stretch. And if not, you can grab hold of the foot. So up to you. You make your decision, what works best in your body at this moment. Just going to a place where you feel some tension, and then just stay there. Allow yourself to breathe through the tension and feel content with the decision that you've made. Without finding yourself struggling or second guessing yourself. Okay, and that one, and just very slowly bring that leg back. I'm going to roll over onto our backs again. We'll come into one more little twist. So we're going to just take the right leg, cross it over, and then we're going to go all the way over towards that right side. Arms can be out into a T, and your head can stay neutral, or you can move your head in the same direction or in the opposite direction as the legs. Just allow yourself to stay here. If you need to readjust, readjust. Just find some contentment where you are at this moment.
We'll just take a few breaths here. Noticing all the different things that are happening. Okay, and then on your next breath, you're going to bring your knees back up. Uncross your right leg. Stay here for a moment. And then cross your left leg over top of your right leg. And then move your legs over towards the right side and drop them down again, making any adjustments that you need to make. Your knees might not reach all the way down to the ground. You might have to move a little bit so you feel comfortable. And then keep your head neutral or move your head in the same direction as your knees or in the opposite direction without forcing it. And then seeing if you can find some contentment here for a few breaths. Okay, and then on your next breath, move your head back to neutral. Move your legs back, up, uncross your left leg. Take a moment and just allow yourself to settle here. And then stretch out your legs towards the corners of your mat. Bring your arms down, palms face up. And relax here. Let's take this time for Savasana about doing absolutely nothing, just being in the moment. Peacefully allow your breath to deepen. Bring your awarenesses back into your body. Wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Doing another little check-in with yourself. Noticing how you're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. When you're ready, giving yourself a little stretch. Rolling over to one side. And then bringing yourself up into a seat. Bring yourself to a hand mudra of the lotus. So the wrists are together, thumbs connect, pinky fingers connect, and the rest of the fingers are open like petals of a flower. You're just going to bring that in towards your chest. You can look down into that flower if you like. You can have your eyes closed, or you can look up. Entirely up to you, what feels best in your body. So sitting tall, rooted down through your seat. And bring your awareness back to your breath. And watch your breath move through your body. Just the natural rhythm of your breath. And as you notice the breath moving in and out, you can silently say to yourself, I feel content as my breath moves in. I feel content as my breath moves out. I feel content as my breath moves in. I feel content as my breath moves out. I feel content as my breath moves in. I feel content as my breath moves out. Even though as the lotus is all about change and transformation, it's continuously happening to myself and all around me. I still feel content as I breathe in and I breathe out. On your next breath, bring your hands towards your heart. Take a moment to reflect on your practice. Maybe places where you noticed that you felt content, but also places where you noticed that you felt an inner struggle. Or maybe something else, anything that popped up that you took notice of, whether it be physical, mental, emotional. And how you can take what you've learned today on your mat and bring it into your daily life, trying to find some balance through your life and find some contentment there. And bow your head and give yourself some gratitude for taking the time out of your day to practice, bringing some awareness and mindfulness to your practice. Thank you for sharing this practice with me and everyone that's here. And we'll finish the practice today with one Om together. So take a breath in through the nose, sigh it out, and breathe in for one Om. Om. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have any questions, I welcome them, or you may send me an email. And if not, then go out and enjoy this beautiful day that we're having.